Hello, and welcome back to the Piping Pastor, Vacation Report Edition. Well, I am just back from our 2-week holiday over in the UK. Had a lovely time. Spent the first couple of days in London. Got some nice pictures there, and was able to visit the Sager and Snuff. Rather old pipe shop in Piccadilly. Picked up some good stuff there. Then we went up to Edinburgh and spent about 7 or 8 days in Edinburgh. Kids got to visit all their old friends. I got to preach at my old church. Visited the Cigar Box, the first pipe shop I ever visited when I first began smoking a pipe. Bit of a story for that as well. And then finally up into Perth. Spent the last few days in Perth. Hung out with my best mate up there, and got to go to his church and spend some time there. So I had a really lovely trip. Made a trip to another pipe shop in Leith, and was able to pick up a beautiful new pipe. Story about that will come with the video for that one. Took a couple of blends with me to enjoy while I was on holiday, and then to purchase some other ones there. This is one of the blends I brought with me. My go-to favorite as of late, the Seattle Pipe Club's Plum Pudding Bourbon Barrel Aged Reserve. And I also brought Navy Capstan. So, a couple of good vacation choices, I thought. Now, you may be asking, it would be a reasonable question. Well, why am I not smoking one of my new tobaccos out of the new pipe I purchased? Well, that would be a blessing of the airline that we traveled on. They had lost 50% of our luggage. How that happens, I'm not quite sure. 2 bags showed up at our connection, and then the other 2 did not. And apparently, the other 2 stayed in Heathrow. I recently got one of those bags back. The other one is still not with me, and that's the one that had a lot of our souvenirs in, and my new pipe and my tobacco. So hopefully I'll get that in the next few days, and I can share with some of you all some of that, because I wanted to give it a proper shot and do a proper review on some of those tobaccos. But I was able to pick up some straight Latakia and some straight Black Cavendish, so that I can do the Bijou experiment and see if I can make that more palatable for myself, and then some of the other ones as well. So I did record some videos while I was out there. I'm going to incorporate those here. I'm going to try to splice in, and we'll see how that works. The first one is in London from the Sager and Snuff, and I went out there with my oldest daughter, who was serving as my camera person. I think I've shared before, my wife's not a big fan of the pipe. In point of fact, she dislikes it quite a bit. She is not a fan of any pipe smoke at all. So she had no inclination to join me on my little excursion to the Sager and Snuff pipe store. But my oldest daughter wanted to go and check things out, so she went along with me. And then for the pipe shop in Edinburgh, it was all 3 of my daughters, because we went out for an afternoon tea, and then we stopped by there. And then in Leith, it was my second daughter who was serving as the camera person. Neither one wanted to be on the other side of the camera, but they were very helpful, and it was a fun trip. It was a fun thing to do with all of us together, just going out and taking these wee little trips so Dad could indulge his hobby. So this first video you're going to see here is the Sager and Stuff in London. with my eldest daughter as camera person. And then depending on the length of this video and how the splicing goes, I might do that. I have a couple of videos as well from the cottage we stayed at in Edinburgh, and I may put those in here as well, along with a couple of still shots. I'm going to see how this editing goes. So this is the plan right now. You are hearing the plan live as I am recording this section here, this introductory section. So we'll see how that goes. And then I've got a couple of videos with the other pipe shops that I'm going to put on there as well. And again, we'll see how this goes, and I might break this up into 2 videos because I don't want it to get too terribly long. So, but in any case, it's great to be back. I have a lot of YouTube videos to catch up on. I came back, and it's like everyone over the last 2 weeks has just been posting like crazy. So I'm going to get to all of them. I will, I promise. I came back and had like 1 day of like no sleep, jet lag, and had to jump right back into work. So this weekend will be the first chance for me to really catch up and maybe chill out for a little bit, have a pipe, and watch a few videos. So I'm looking forward to catching up with you all, and I hope you enjoy the stuff I have here. So here we go.
YTPT with the Piping Pastor coming to you from the heart of London. We're here in the Sager and Snuff, getting ready to pop out of the tobacco shop and get some of the stuff. And you can hear the music in the background, so we're just taking a wee little tour of the city. So let's go inside and see if we'll just take a picture. YTPC, it's the Piping Pastor coming at you from inside the Sager and Snuff. So they have some blends here they do in-house. They have some other ones that they produce in the Lake District. So I'm trying 3. I'm getting some pure Latakia so I can do that blend mixture that I discussed in the previous video to try to maybe tamp down that Bijou a little bit. And then a couple of the classic English blends here, which happily have Burley in them. So it's not just a straight Virginia Latakia mix. And I'm looking forward to getting into those, and we'll try them when we're up in Scotland and see what we think. But it's a lovely shop. It's packed full of all kinds of things. We've got pipes, lighters, several different blends of tobaccos here, as well as 10 tobaccos and cigars. So if you make it to London, it's a wee bit of a walk from downtown, maybe 10 minutes from the hotel we were staying at, and definitely worth the trip. It's a lovely little shopping area, and the young lady here who's running the shop has been very, very helpful and very, very knowledgeable. So it's a great trip if you can make it down here.